sports. We are just moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. So with that, let's get up to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. For the call, we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, these fans have waited for this moment for decades, but playoff football has come to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between our visitors and the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback out of North Carolina State. It's Phillip Rivers.
In some ways, he reminds me of a past NFL great who played the quarterback position as well. Jawing with the opposition, trash-talking a little bit, doesn't mind getting hit and battered around some that kind of gets him into the game. But once it's time to lock in, Phillip Rivers does that as well as any quarterback in the league.
Rivers to throw it. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake here, Rivers. Across the formation, he's got a man. That's Allen. His first catch of the divisional round goes for a first down. He had 5 catches last week in their wild card win.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
White 90, white 80. Number 53, Mike 53.
Rivers on first down. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And the offensive starters here for Los Angeles.
And this is a unit that has to feel good about itself. Got the win last week in the wild card round, and oftentimes we say you want to get the open week and get some rest, but many times we see the upsets happen with a team that won the week before and has momentum on its side.
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22. And here's the starting crew defensively for Cleveland.
Olivier Vernon is a defensive end that combines terrific run-stopping ability with a quick first step to the passer.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rivers. He'll get this to Eckler. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. To the air again here, Rivers. And he's got his man out of there, and that'll bring up 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
So on 4th down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Badgley able to knock this one through, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
After the made field goal, Badgley back out there for the kickoff. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. First carry for Nick Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Mayfield looks to throw. And he's got his man. That's Landry. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield, and he's got the hook up to Landry. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Mayfield off the play fake. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. And a peek now at the offense for Cleveland.
An excellent year, obviously, because they got the open week, had the bye. But the one thing you always worry about, the rust factor. And I had a coach say to me one time, when you have that open week, you often think about scrimmaging so you're ready to go the next week, but you know you can't. So you cross your fingers and hope your guys are ready to roll.
It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were.
180.
Mayfield on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
It's real easy to talk about Thomas Davis coming back from multiple knee injuries, but he wants his play on the field to be the story.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
Throwing, Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. From the gun, Mayfield. They'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler, and he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Throwing, Rivers. He's got a man, that's Keenan Allen. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 1st down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. They go play action. Rivers. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. On play action, Rivers. Looking left sideline, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Rivers. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On 2nd down, Eckler, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now the 2nd-year kicker, Michael Badgley. He hit from 59 as a rookie. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice and ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now Mayfield, and he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make this a 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll be close to a 1st down at the Chargers' 40-yard line. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. To throw, Mayfield. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air.
We got this.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. 1st down, and they stick with Eckler. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Darius Taylor there in to make the tackle. Rivers hands off to Eckler. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Rivers gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Rivers. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Rivers to throw it. Got a man, it's complete. Williams.
Okay, baby, let's go. Let's go.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Play fake. Rivers. He completes it to Henry.
Let's go.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Rivers now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Eckler. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 17, Rivers. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a 1st down.
Watch the curve.
1st down, Rivers. Benjamin's got it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And a nice pick up there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Now Charger kicker Mike Badgley on 4th down, coming out to try the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Badgley's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this 1st half. It's 6-0. That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny, we had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the 2nd quarter.
And a lot of that is pride, because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
He probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. On 2nd down, Rivers again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Going on the ground with Eckler. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run here with Eckler. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Here is Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Charger 1st. On 1st and 10, Rivers. He'll get this to Eckler near the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger 1st. To throw is Rivers. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
53, high 53. All day, dog.
From the red zone now, Rivers. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Here's Mayfield. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. They'll find his tight end, Seals Jones. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the 1st half. Mayfield now from the 50. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. Mayfield now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. There goes a deep ball. End zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. He was trying to go back to Beckham there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again. Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Got a man. That's Rashard Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. The 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Mayfield to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Charger drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This the first of 4 divisional round matchups coming up this weekend. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round games in the AFC. And it looks like a good one, as it'll be the Indianapolis Colts doing battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession, and he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the first half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the 3rd quarter. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And this one caught by Beasley. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. Mayfield now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing. Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Mayfield this time gets it off to Chubb. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just figure there's something wrong with the football.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Ball on the 10. Chubb So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. From the gun, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Seibert's kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they... And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. To throw on 2nd and 6, Rivers. He's got it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The Chargers on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Trying to power it ahead with Watt. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. The Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Well, nothing complicated about that. That's old-school power football.
And effective. And that's the key to everything, right? Sometimes we try and do too many things. Just hand it to the big guy and let him go forward.
Badgley on for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And that's caught left side. Seals Jones with it. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. On the carry, it's Chubb. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. The Browns on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. Now Chubb. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now Eckler. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. On play action, Rivers. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to the hotel before the game, and one of the themes they kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
57's the mic. Rock 57. Hey, let's get some penalties.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Mayfield. And no, it's incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Rivers on 1st down. He'll get this to Eckler. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Throwing, Rivers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go. And that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
Yeah, it seems like they've been running uphill all game. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Throw right side, going to be caught by Seals-Jones. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Mayfield now. And he finds Seals-Jones complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And he whips that one incomplete there. Nick Chubb, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Mayfield lost the football. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. On the give, this is Eckler, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Rivers out quickly here to Allen. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. Well, one side moves on, and then, of course, there's the other side, and now they face what they don't want to face, and that's the offside.